everyone, welcome to Cumulative Upkeep, a podcast with two friends talking about the game they love, Magic the Gathering. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon, aka Booster Tutor, and your other host is Jay.
Hi. Well, actually, I have a slight correction for you.
Oh.
I'm Nissa, and this is my other host, Jace.
This is true. I am Crappy Jace.
And I am Crappy Nissa.
Yeah. Happy Halloween, everyone!
Hey!
Woo.
Oh, right. And Nissa loves Commander and Modern.
Oh, and Jace loves all things limited. So, the way the show works, we start off with what we've been playing, then we move into the news, and then we end with a main topic. This topic is spookiest, scariest cards of Magic. Ooh. We each picked 5 cards that we think are the scariest, and we're going to go in order from 5 to 1. So, let's start off with what we've been playing. Nissa? What have you been playing?
Well, Nissa got a little friendly with Carador this last weekend.
Oh, makes sense.
Yes. And my strategy of laying low and not doing much until I do everything worked quite nicely.
Yep, that's how it works.
Yeah. So yeah, it was a successful Magic weekend from the standpoint of fun and of winning. Yes.
There you go.
What about you?
Win-win. I got to continue my sealed league. So I went on Sunday, which is when you do the sealed league, and there was only 2 other players, which kind of sucked.
Okay.
But, got a couple of games in, won both of them. So add into that tally. And we're doing this episode a little bit... Thank you. We're doing this episode a little bit early, so I haven't got to draft yet. But on Monday, the day before Halloween, I get to do a original Innistrad draft.
What? That's so cool.
I know, right? Come on, Liliana.
Does it require you coming in costume?
No, thankfully, no. It's with other people that would hate that, so...
Oh, I see. Well...
Yeah, exactly. So let's move on to the news.
The news.
Recently, Wizards announced their banned and restricted list. They updated it. And guess what?
So much happened.
Oh my god, it was crazy. No changes.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, I know, right? They basically said that all the formats feel healthy to them, so they're not going to ban anything.
Do you think that's a pretty accurate assessment?
For what I can tell, everyone seems to like Modern. Standard seems to be doing okay. I mean, there's not like one deck dominating, it seems like. And Legacy and Vintage, I don't know.
Who cares?
Yeah, exactly, pretty much. They're like, let them do their own thing. They'll figure it out. But they did say that after the Pro Tour, they are thinking about maybe unbanning something in Modern.
What do you think? What do you think it is? Breathing pod?
Maybe? I mean, yeah, could be. I heard a lot of people say Bloodbraid Elf. And so I guess I could see them being like, you know what? We never gave this a chance. Let's give it a chance. But so, hey, Jace was on the original list too, so...
What do you think is the least likely to get unbanned?
Jace.
Is that it? Jace?
It's Jace right there. I mean, people are like, it's a turn 3 or whatever format. He's fine. Like, it's like, no, he's probably still pretty broken.
Jace, not even once.
Yeah, not even. What about you? Do you think Birthing Pod or...
I hope it's Birthing Pod. I just love that card so much.
Yeah, right. It's a little degenerate, like just having a bunch of one-ofs. Is that why? Is it because it's singleton deck and it's kind of like Commander?
Yes.
Okay. Messing with the graveyard. We know how you love that, so.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And they also said, speaking of Birthing Pod, that they won't ban anything right before the Pro Tour.
Cool.
Because that's what they did with Birthing Pod. They banned it right before the Pro Tour, kind of shake it up because it was like the dominant deck.
Right.
Yeah. So they're not going to do that. They're just going to be like, hey, whatever. If you break the format, then we'll ban something afterwards. So then moving on to other news, they had some updates for the Grand Prix. So basically, how this is going to work is day 1 constructed is going to be 8 rounds instead of 9 now.
Okay.
Which I'm all for that. I never really did constructed GPs, but less games, that's fine with me, because by like round 9, you're like so done. By like round 5, you're done.
Okay.
But sadly, limited GPs will still be 9 rounds.
Ah,
But to make day 2, you have to go 6-2 now.
okay.
So used to be 3 losses, you're into day 2.
Okay.
And that's how I made my day 2, which was I had 3 losses, I got a day 2. I was like, heck yeah, thank you very much.
I'll take that.
No, yeah, couldn't get any prizes or anything, but it still felt good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you would not have made it with these new.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So the new ones, I would have just, gone around 8 and then be like, oh, no, you're done. I'm like, oh, man.
I guess you'll just have to try harder, play better next time.
Yeah, I guess. Or, not talk to people outside and miss my whole round. Also, they released the full schedule of the GP for next year. I'm very excited.
Okay.
There are 3 in California.
3 in California.
Right?
Are you going to go to all 3?
I'm definitely going to go. There's Santa Clara, which is the first one.
Okay.
And that's like an hour and a half away from me, so easy. And then there's one Sacramento, which is also an hour and a half away from me, and it's limited, so I'm definitely going to that one. And then there's one in LA, which is a 6-hour drive. But I have family down there, so it gives me an excuse to go and see them, I guess.
So, and you also have to go to Vegas, right?
Exactly, yeah. There's also a Vegas one, which is in June.
Right.
So there's like I think one in Portland and Seattle, so a ton on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's so exciting. Speaking of which, speaking of GPs,
Yes.
are you going to, say...
Am I going to any this year?
Any this year, yeah. Yeah.
I'm thinking about this one in like a couple of weeks in Portland. Maybe going to that one, perhaps. Definitely going to it. So, are you going to any GPs?
Well, maybe thinking about definitely going to show up at GP Portland.
What? My mind is blown. That's right. So we'll both be in GP Portland.
Hey!
So if you see us there, come say hello, please. We would love it. It'd be awesome.
Yeah. Let's talk about Magic and stuff.
Do you know what the format even is? Because I don't actually.
I mean, they're all standard.
Yeah, I'm just doing side events.
Right.
I think so, probably. And this is your first GP, right?
Yeah, I've never been to one before.
Nice. They're very fun. Very fun.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing just side events. They're a ton of fun.
Yeah, right?
Exactly. There you go.
What about you? How many GPs is this for you?
Maybe my 5th?
Okay.
Yeah, because usually if they're in my area, I'll go to them, even if they're like not limited or anything. I'll just do side events usually. So also, they revealed the new promo for the GPs. And it is a Mutavault.
Oh my god, it's so pretty. It's such a pretty Mutavault.
Right? That's because it's by John Avon, and he's freaking amazing.
I mean, can't get better than that.
Exactly. So you're going to get a foil Mutavault if you go to a GP next year.
I have to.
If play Merfolk or something.
Right. I have to.
Right. Which means then you'll have to foil out your whole deck.
Clearly. And
also, they did some changes to RPTQs, which are basically like Regional Pro Tour Qualifier.
Okay, yeah. It's the pre-Pro Tour qualifiers, the PPTQ.
Yeah, you have that. And if you win that, you go to a regional one. And if you get up in like the top 4, it depends on how big it is, then you get to go to the Pro Tour.
Wow, that's a lot of Magic.
Yeah, right? I did it where I did a PPTQ for Sealed for Battle of Zendikar, and I won that. And I went to an RPTQ at Channel Fireball.
Okay.
And that was standard, so I definitely didn't win that. I did horrible, but I did get a Lilion. No, I got a Snapcaster Mage as my promo.
What?
Right? So you just get a promo if you get to an RPTQ, which the promo next year will be Noble Hierarch.
How do you feel about this art?
A lot of people were saying they like it. It's okay. It's fine.
So these lot of people, why were they saying that they liked it?
I think they just like it because it's different, because it's new art.
But the old art is magnificent. Yeah, right.
Right. I think the original is better. This one, it's fine. It kind of reminds me of Gaddock Teague, the new art there.
Totally does. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if it's the same artist.
But yeah, it's fine.
It's fine. 6 out of 10, at least.
But also the change for RPTQs was the smaller ones will get less Pro Tour invites, basically. So
Best of luck to everyone next year.
exactly. Get your Noble Hierarchs.
Right. And
And then trade me one, because I will never make it to a RPTQ again.
Right, exactly.
So, and then moving on, they have some new information on Magic Arena.
Okay.
Invites went out for the beta test, basically. And November 3rd, they're doing a stress test.
Ooh.
And I was invited.
Tell us more.
So basically, you signed up for the beta and then randomly chosen. And I got an email saying, hey, you've been picked to be in the stress tests. I know, right? But you have to sign an NDA.
Okay.
Which basically says that you can't record, take pictures. You're not even, like, I guess, supposed to talk about it outside of people that are in the beta test. So, sorry, Jay.
I can't believe you
talk to you
even
about
told me that there was a non-disclosure agreement. That, like, I feel like you've already given us.
Oh, no.
so much
Am I in trouble now?
So you should probably
Exactly.
probably just give us the rest of the information. And
There you go. I mean, I'm already in trouble. I'm in hot water now. I mean, I'll have to pull out my really old PC laptop and see how that works. But they are having the closed beta where they'll invite more people starting on November 30th. So
get in there if you're
Did you sign up
interested.
at all?
I did not.
Yeah. So that does it for news. And we have a little special thing we're going to be doing. Since it's Halloween, we're going to be telling a couple of magic horror stories.
It's the spookiest time of year, so why not partake in the spookiest moments in our magic careers?
Yeah, sure. That works. One dark and stormy night, I was playing Modern. I was playing Affinity. And I was playing against A-Track. So, I was... Oh, God, this is the worst. Okay.
I love this so much.
It's so dumb. It was my first time playing Affinity, and I had Arcbound Ravager and enough artifacts to make him swing for lethal, and my opponent knew it. He gave a sigh like his doom was coming, so I sacrificed all of my artifacts to Arcbound Ravager and swung. That's when he put into Ensnaring Bridge. I was supposed to swing first, then sacrifice them. Oh, the horror! The horror.
I'm so spooked right now.
Ooh, spooky. Okay.
Well,
Yes.
it was a cold, long night. It was 8 players sitting around a table, playing some casual kitchen table magic. There was a young lass by the name of Jay, her brother, playing a deck called Dustin Hates Hydras. Well, this young Jay had a firm control of the table and a very cocky attitude. Ooh.
Ooh.
So she takes her consecrated sphinx, goes in to swing at her brother for his final life. But what she did not realize is the single green mana standing open, the single green mana that she will never forget for as long as she lives. The single green mana that then tapped for fog and tapped for her doom.
Oh, stupid fog. Oh, that was awesome.
This is my favorite thing on the face of the planet.
All right, let's move on to our main topic. Our top 5 spookiest magic cards. Ooh, spooky. Okay, so I'll start off with a number 5, Mine is Kindercatch. So the art alone is pretty creepy. It's like these two ghostly, hairy beings, and they have a bag full of children that they're just dragging, and then one of them has a marionette to try and keep the children entertained or something. Which,
dear Lord, I didn't know that that's what it was.
Right? Like, when you're looking at it from far away, you're just like, oh, I guess there's something going on. I don't know. They're dragging some trees or something. But no, it's a bag of children. But the best part is the flavor text, which is, in the forest villages of Kessig, parents feed their children wormwood and other bitter herbs, hoping to make them less palatable to things that roam the night. Like, what? So basically, like, it's a whole story right there. It's this, like, the parents are feeding their children horrible things so they'll taste bad to these beasts that eat them. Like, that's a horrible thing to think of. Yeah.
And here I was just like, maybe it's a bag full of children because that's what spirits go trick-or-treating for.
There you go.
Go knocking on doors and be like, hey, do you have a child?
I mean, that's creepy on its own right. But not so much that they're stealing children and leaving back the ones that taste better.
Yeah, right? Ooh,
and also keeping entertained with that marionette. That marionette's pretty creepy.
God, what?
They've
That's
really
so
thought
creepy.
this out.
I have to say, though, that, like, Innistrad went full out creep. Even on the commons, A+ artwork.
Yeah, they did not hold back on any of it. When that set came out, I was like, wow, all this art is beautiful. And speaking of beautiful, it's by Therese Nielsen, so, I mean.
So it has to be beautiful, right?
Exactly. Even the commons she does are beautiful.
A+ creep, Therese
There you
Nielsen.
go, yeah.
A+ creep.
You're freaking me out.
Okay, so my number 5 is, yet again, I'm cheating and not choosing one card, but 3 of them, and actually kind of 6 of them. I think, so my number 5 is the Delver of Secrets, like mega cycle that continued on. It started in Innistrad and then continued on into Shadows over Innistrad. So you have Delver of Secrets, who's this, like, obviously some sort of like madman scientist who then flips over into Insectile Aberration, which is just this like half dude, half insect. So, you know, that's creepy in its own right. And then it returns in Shadows over Innistrad, that's Aberrant Researcher. And it's like the same half dude, half insect, still like, you know, researching and mad and stuff. And then he turns into Perfected Form, which is just full on like creepy insect.
Yeah, giant bug, basically.
Right. And then it goes one step further, and it looks like the original mad scientist in Eldritch Moon is he's like in a cage in the final form of this card, which is Dancent of Perfection.
Well, I think he has someone in the cage, and he's going to experiment on him because he's the giant bug.
No, but it like
right.
But like that's what I'm saying is it looks like the original scientist,
I see what you mean. Yeah,
but it's
right.
like actually actually the bug, and then it turns into final iteration, and that's just like the creepiest.
Yeah, because it's like he's taken a bunch of people and he's starting to make them bugs, and they're going to make more bugs and just keep making more and more.
Right, and so it's like science.
Science
it's
gone
so
mad.
Creepy.
Yeah, it's so good though.
Right. Yeah, and it's like it's cool that it's like creepiness continued throughout the years in a cycle that couldn't stop.
Own little side story there, which is awesome.
Right, exactly.
And also he's just trying to help all these people. He's found the perfect form, and he's just trying to release it from them.
Right.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
You too can have an exoskeleton.
Exactly. Who wouldn't want that? You want to fly? Everyone wants to fly. How about some giant bug wings?
You obviously need to be more in touch with your feelings and surrounding. Here, have some things sprouting from...
There you go, right? Okay, so my number 4 is Phyrexian Unlife.
Ooh.
Yeah, right? So it's like, I don't know, some person just covered in Phyrexian oil, and then they have this white mask, and it's like the oil's dripping out of their eyes. And so this is very creepy to me because personally, I hate those dolls that look like little people. Have you ever seen those before? Like if you go to an anime convention, they're like a thing. It's like you dress them up in little clothes and stuff, and they creep me out so much. My wife Noelle loves them, and they creep me out so much.
Oh man, does she have any?
No.
You're like, no, it would stay outside.
I'm like that thing is haunted. It's obviously haunted. Get it out of here.
I hope you like wake up one day and like go to do yard work or something, and you just find this like cool collection in the yard that's just like Noelle has planted like a bunch of plants that are just like surrounded by these creepy dolls, and she's like, you told me I couldn't bring them in the house, so
They live out here now.
they live out here.
And also just the thought of that Phyrexian Unlife. It's like this person is probably dead, maybe, and now the Phyrexian oil has brought them back. Like that's pretty horrible,
right?
Yeah. So, yeah, creepy doll masks freaking me out. What can I say?
Okay, so my number 4, moving from creepy to also creepy, is another Innistrad inclusion. It's claustrophobia.
Oh, man.
It's so creepy. So it's like this dude, and he's upside down and scratching at this wood with these nails or spikes coming through it. And I'm going to read you the flavor text. 6 feet of earth muffled his cries. So, placing all of our fears of being buried alive, and it's
right. Why is that like a fear? Like how often is that going to happen? But it's like just an irrational fear, like so many people have. Like I have it.
Right? I mean, I guess because it used to be a reality. Like I feel like we've all heard of that thing where it's like, oh, we opened this coffin and there were scratch marks on the inside.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Thanks modern medicine for improving at least enough to
to tell when people are
overcome our
dead.
fears. Right?
Thank you, modern medicine, for teaching us to check for a pulse.
Right? Seems dead.
Yeah. Good enough. Works for me.
God, dead enough.
Dead enough. Oh, man. All right, and
Number 3.
My number 3 is Treacherous Urge. This is from Planar Chaos. It's a black card. And, okay, so basically it is a marionette. Its strings are made of barbed wire. It's screaming. Its mouth is just fully agape in horror as it's screaming, and it's sawing itself at the torso. That is like just horrible to think of. Like the card, it's basically you take a creature from an opponent and you get to play it and then sacrifice it. So I guess that's what it's trying to play on, that this is a creature that you took and then it kills itself at the end. But when you first look at it, it's like, is this someone cursed? Were they turned into a marionette and now they're being forced to gut themselves with a saw? It's just a horrible thing to see. And once again, another doll-like thing. Not a fan.
Hard pass.
Yeah, hard pass.
What do you think of Stuffy Doll and Creepy Doll?
Yeah, those are pretty creepy. But I think this one beats them out a little bit.
I agree. Oh,
yeah. At least like Creepy Doll and Stuffy Doll, I mean, they're not doing anything. They got a pair of scissors. Well, they're gonna make some fashion. Cut some snowflakes.
This thing is just like staring at you as it's gutting itself.
Right? How do you like me now?
Oh, God. You think you can use me?
Who's laughing now?
This is...
What's your number 3, Jay?
This is so creepy. Okay. So my creepy number 3 is... Oh, God. A+ card all around. Thought Scour.
Yes.
So it's the creepiest artwork.
Yeah,
it's
right.
fellow surrounded by all of this machinery, and one of the and this like hand is like holding on to his head, and the claws are like digging into him, and his like eyeballs are bleeding out of his skull, and
jeez.
he's and it's also like there's something drilling into his brain, and
Because the top
text.
half of his head is just gone. Right?
And then the flavor text makes this even creepier. If the artwork weren't creepy enough, the flavor text says, as you inject the viscous vitae into the brain stem, don't let the spastic moaning bother you. It will soon become music to your ears. Thanks, Stitcher Geralt, for being absolutely the most messed up person.
Right? Like, that's the 1-2 combo there of, like, art and flavor text just being the worst.
A+ spooky card.
Yeah.
A+ spooky card.
Like, what I like about this one so much is that it's like, he's strapped down, he's looking forward, and all this stuff is happening behind him. That's like the worst. Like, oh, I hear
So
drilling
bad.
sounds, and oh, nope, yep, it's into my brain.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Yeah, yeah, great. Another irrational fear.
Cumulative upkeep where all your fears are realized thanks
Exactly.
to Halloween.
And Innistrad, apparently.
Oh, and Innistrad, yes.
Yeah. My number 2, a little on the, not this, like, traditional spooky. It is Emrakul, the Aeon's Torn. So this is spooky because you don't ever want to play against this card.
Yeah, never.
This is the type of card that comes down and you're like, oh no, what's going to happen now? What's going to happen is you're going to sacrifice a lot of things, and then you're probably going to die. But also, you know, that art is kind of creepy.
Yeah, right?
I mean, like, it's this gigantic mammoth, like, floating island, it almost looks like, with just a ton of tentacles going everywhere, just probably trying to
Right.
grab onto whatever it can, just devour it. I was going to say that this card is so spooky that it's pretty much almost banned in everything.
Yeah. So,
Right?
good thing.
Yeah, good thing. What were you going to say, Jay?
Whenever I think too hard about how creepy this is, you know, coming to just destroy planes and all, I always just think of my brother calling her a flying taco, and it makes things better.
I thought you were going to say you think of 15 squirrels attacking it because they can take
Oh, goodness!
it, right? Then you're
That's
just like,
even
oh,
better.
Emrakul, look at you. You're so cute. Getting beat up by those
Squirrels
squirrels.
attack!
Right?
As Nissa, I approve of this statement. I'm trying to put my hood up.
Good one, Nissa.
My number 2 is spooky by all accounts. Her name is Schnor. She leads the Praetors and is a horrid, horrid thing to play against. I spent all of this time making my 2/2 soldiers, and then look, they're all dead. Thanks to Schnor.
Yeah. They just died by her showing up. Cool.
Yeah, and her artwork is like,
Dude.
yeah. So it's like all white, black, and red. And she's just like skeletal, like half skeleton, half just like muscle,
Yeah.
and has like no face, just has like this big face shield that I guess somehow sees out of.
Who knows? Yeah.
Who knows?
She
And
looks-
it is-
She looks like, have you ever played Silent Hill?
no.
Oh, okay. Well, there's like a guy called Pyramid Head. She kind of has that vibe going on. Yeah. Yeah. But
No.
yeah, no.
No bueno.
No boy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I also love that, like, there's other Phyrexians in the back just holding her giant, like, cloak or cape, whatever has she like they were
Because she's so creepy that she can't hold her own cape.
right. Like, we're going to do this for you because we'll probably you'll eat us alive or something.
I bet she did anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Feed me brings up some grapes, and she's like, no, not what I was thinking.
No. You're so cute.
Ah.
All right, and now my number 1 spookiest card, because it has scarred me since childhood. It's from Fallen Empires. So if you're old like me, maybe you remember this one. Mind Stab Thrall. So this card, it's, you know, a fine card, whatever. But the art is basically a head and a bunch of arms. Because it's a head with an arm or two growing out of it, of the back of it. And one of them is holding like a scalpel of some sort. And then as its legs, it has two arms on the side. And attached to that are more scalpels. So it's just like this little tiny creature of arms coming at you with scalpels. Probably just to, do experiments on your brain.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Where do you think its organs are?
It's in a jar somewhere? Like still beating or something? Like still somehow working while this thing crawls around? Like this is a thing of nightmares for me. Like when I was like 11 and saw this,
It's like stitched up and like walking on its hands.
Yeah.
And it has like its...
It's like some horrible experiment that someone had and like this is its little helper now. Don't feel sorry
What if we
for it.
name him? No, don't. What if we named him? Like Steve? Then like, wouldn't that take the creepiness away? Like, Steve.
Oh, Steve. Steve, get away. Come on. Stop trying to get my brain crazy.
Steve, don't come closer to me. No.
Steve, I'm cool with you, but stay like 5 feet away, please.
Right? Like, ooh.
Steve the Mind Stabber.
No amount of naming him will prevent him from cutting open your face.
Nope. Like he probably just like, you start calling him Steve and then he'll like start, like curling up at your feet, into the bed.
How does it curl up? Like its hands and then all other hands? And then
they all wrap around each other and hold itself.
Oh, it's like a big hug. That's cute.
Exactly. And when you wake up in the morning, there's just a bunch of arms wrapped around and it just opens up.
Oh, God. Oh.
Morning.
Oh, no. We've come full circle.
Yep.
Steve
Steve, you're
somehow got less creepy and then got way more creepy.
Got way more creepy. Oh, no.
Okay, my number one.
Your number one.
My number one is Ad Nauseam.
Oh, yes.
It's so gross. Yeah, like it's gross to play against.
Mm-hmm.
It's the flavor text is when the task spilled over into undeath, he stopped calling it his life's work. That's creepy.
Yeah, right?
Right? Ooh, ooh. So it's this like humanoid thing. Like it looks like it obviously was a human.
At one point, yeah.
At one point, it still has like its bottom half is doing pretty okay. But then like once you get past its pelvis, it's like there's like these two big holes that are exposing its rib cage, and then there's this thing holding back its eye socket, so its eyes are like
that's what
very
it's
present.
doing. Holy crap.
Yeah. Right? Yeah, and then like totally sunken in cheekbones, and its mouth is like screaming, and then it's like what's left of its hands are like attached to these like bones or something, and like but they're like little stubs, and it's just
Because like he's like written so much that they turn to nubs, and now he has like,
oh my goodness,
right? And so now he has like a pen in one hand and something to keep the paper down with the other nub, and he's like still doing the same thing over and over.
Dude, I get it. I get it now.
So gross.
Thanks for explaining that.
Yeah, it's just like, and of course the card is horrible to play against. You play against that deck, you're just like, really? I don't want to do this.
What do you think he's writing with those stacks of papers?
Yeah, right? What is that? Is it some kind of weird symbol or like, I don't know. Probably just help me, help me, help me. Let me die. And then like, oh, nope, that didn't work. Yeah.
Help me.
Help me. Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
I guess that does it for this week's spooky episode.
That does it. Hope you enjoyed our spookiest cards of Magic. Let us know if there's any that you find spooky, or just scary to play against. Yes.
Yeah, tweet at us your spookiest card. This is at booster_tutor.
And
I'm at lady_Janie_J.
Mm-hmm. And we also have an audio version of this podcast. You can subscribe on iTunes, please. Mm-hmm.
And hey, if you're listening to this audio on iTunes, why not, if you have a spare minute or so, leave us a review. That'd be cool.
Yes. If you're listening to audio, there is a video. It's at youtube.com/boostertutor.
Yeah.
We have lots of other content.
Right. Yes, exactly. Quick ending note.
Yes.
Happy birthday to the person who taught me magic. One of my best friends, his name is Andrew, and he's my brother. And happy birthday. Okay. Bye.
Happy birthday, Andrew. All right, and I hope everyone has a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Be safe. Have
Yes.
fun. Stay warm.
Exactly. Or if you're in California, don't stay warm because it's like 90 degrees here.
Yeah. Drink plenty of fluids.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Not too much alcohol.
No. The amount of candy you should eat is...
All of it. Yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.